It was some dissonant. He needed to
Bro, that's another muting
How
on
do you
your
say dissonant player?
What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 28 of Inside the D. Today, we're going to be doing a visit through all 5 of Europe's top 5 leagues. So, Iko, I have one question for you to start things off. What are you thinking about AC Milan's recent point dropping?
It's very sad to see, but I expected this after our absolutely awful January transfer window. I mean, I'd like to say that the board and the management of the team lost us this year's Scudetto because we had the title, we were in amazing form, we just needed a couple of players to give us the depth. We went out and got Fikayo, who was amazing for us. We needed a center back like that. We needed someone in the midfield. We got Meite, who's meh, but the key thing we needed was backup attackers because it was really Zlatan, and that's about it. And we didn't get that. We got Mandzukic, who is older than Zlatan, and literally came in and a week later hurt and hasn't seen the field since. It's very sad to see because I felt like this was our year. We were playing incredible in the first half. But there was a poor January transfer window. We've also been riddled with injuries since the start of the new year. But again, I think this year's or this poor form is on the board.
Do you think that the Scudetto chances are fully gone now?
I think they're gone for everyone. I think Inter is just way too dominant. They've been, they're unbeaten in their past, like, I want to say 10, maybe more league games. And they've definitely taken the reins. They dominated us. At our last matchup, they've shown that they can beat Juventus. They've beaten Atalanta. They've beaten Napoli, Roma. They're unbeatable right now, and I think their attack is just way too strong for any team's defense.
Yeah, they're 9 points ahead in first. Obviously, Milan is in second, and as we all know, and I think that we could all give credit to Milan, that they really have been having a season that none of us really expected. And I kind of know that Iko's included in that because Milan, especially on paper, going against teams like Juve and like Inter, shouldn't really be making a run, but they've just been playing amazing, and kind of just went through this form that was kind of bound to stop at some point. And I think it all started with that 3-0 loss against, I think it was Atalanta, like 2 months ago. And ever since then, it's just been like a slow decline, kind of a bit back to the normality that we saw or that we're now seeing. But I still think that, well, I actually am very confident that AC Milan will at least finish top 4. And I think that that's going to give them a really good kind of like boost that they're going to need because they're going to be in Champions League like next year, which I think is going to matter a lot. So hopefully in the summer, they'll be able to kind of make the transfers that they need, maybe bringing in some wingers, some strikers, maybe some young players, maybe some more experienced players, because we saw that last season. They brought in Zlatan, and that's worked out amazing because even though with his age and he's a bit inconsistent, he gets injured, but that also because of his age, he's been an amazing striker this year, and kind of everyone can get behind the fact that that was a really good signing. And I'd like to see Milan kind of bring in not more like Zlatan, because there's not a lot of people in the world like Zlatan, but maybe just something that's just going to build upon the team that they already have that's proven themselves to be so good.
Yeah, and for me, it all started with, the injuries for Milan, Zlatan getting injured, Theo Hernandez getting injured as well, 2 of, I'd say, AC Milan's best players this season. If I could place AC Milan in a position at the end of the year, it's going to be 3rd place behind Juve and Inter. And that's one team, Juve, that didn't have a hot start in the league, coming off of 9 straight Scudettos. You'd expect them to just absolutely destroy everybody else. I think we expected Inter to be up there, but we definitely didn't expect AC Milan to be up there. So I think them in a Champions League spot, and hopefully, they maintain that spot. I think that's a win of a season. Even though you sort of choke up and don't get the Scudetto, I think that making the Champions League is an absolute win given the expectations going into the season.
I want to mention something. Aiden said, Ibra and Teo getting hurt. We also saw Çalhanoğlu hurt. Benacer's barely been able to play this season. I mean, he is our best midfielder. Him and Kessie, I'd say, are on par with each other. Hakan is our creator in the midfield. He's the guy that we rely on to create the chances, and then obviously Ibra is always there to finish them, or someone else. Rebic has also been battling with injury. I'd like to give us credit for managing a draw with a very strong Manchester United team, while we had our top 5 players all injured. I mean, our midfield was Kessie, and that's about it. We had no Zlatan, we had no Rebic, we had, I mean, our I'd say our best attacking player was Krunic, who's somebody that you never see in the side unless we're playing an easy team. And I'd like to give us credit for that. I thought I was very proud of the boys managing a draw on that. It was I feel like we could have won that game. The goal that they took away from Kessie should not have been taken away from him. I know Manchester United had a lot of easy chances. Harry Maguire obviously missing quite a sitter, but I mean, I'm still very proud. I thought that was a very even game, and I'm excited for this Thursday. Also a little nervous, but I'm excited. I think we can manage a win.
Yeah, that was a great game. And I think my expectations, at least going into it, were Milan's going to get destroyed. But I think, like Eco said, it's kind of a game to be proud of for Milan fans, because they really kind of went out and showed, hey, we don't have all of our starters. This is not our strongest lineup, not even close to it. We're using players that sometimes wouldn't even make the bench. And they really went out and kind of proved, well, Kessie, especially, I think more than anyone else on the pitch, came out and was like, I'm here. This is me. Like it was his time to shine. He really proved himself and was just all over the pitch, creating chances. I think more than anything that came out of that game was something clicked in my mind. Kessie is amazing, and I think he is necessary for your team right now.
I mean, he's a fantastic player, and I agree that one goal should have stood for Milan. And it was kind of, I guess you could say karma, or maybe not karma, but it was definitely deserved that Kjaer scored that last minute header. A vital away goal. As we know, the away goals really help in the next round. And they made a statement. AC Milan have not been great for 10 years, and now they're playing better than they've ever done, or than they have in the last 10 years in the league right now. And in the Europa League, they've got a real chance of actually going all the way, especially after drawing with a team in Manchester United, who are second place to Manchester City in the Premier League. I mean, they've got a lot ahead of them.
Yeah, and my brother is a diehard AC Milan fan. He loves them, I'd say, more than me. He was the one who introduced me to them. And even when we drew Manchester United, he always has hope for us, anything. When we drew Manchester United, he was like, no, it's over. I'm done paying attention. And then after this performance, I think he gave every AC Milan fan hope that we can definitely beat this team, because they played, I mean, they had their full team except for Rashford, who I wouldn't even say is their best player. I mean, they had Bruno, and Kessie pocketed him. Kessie and Fikayo. Give it to Fikayo. He played a great game. But I'd like to say, talking a little bit more about Kessie, not only was his performance on the field incredible, but also off the field. Immediately after, everybody was asking him how are you able to play so well, so consistently? I mean, he's in our team every single game. He never misses a game. And he said, he's like, I get paid way too much to the field, like 24/7. He's also talked about how he wants to stay with AC Milan forever. They're the team that believed in him and trusted him. And that just makes me really happy, because as Luke said, he's an incredible player, and it seems like we're going to keep him for the long run. But after that amazing performance against Manchester United, I found it hilarious. Real Madrid immediately called AC Milan and put in a $50 million offer for Kessie, which we better not take. I don't think we will, but I thought that was hilarious how immediately they wanted him.
Kind of while we're on the topic of Madrid, we're seeing rumors circulating again. Well, not again, but that Cristiano is going to go back, possibly. And now all players have been banned from even talking about it at all. And I'm just curious what you guys think about this. Is this good for Ronaldo? Is it bad for Ronaldo? Obviously, if this is, if this goes through, this is great for Madrid, because I mean it's Ronaldo. I'm just curious what you guys are thinking about that.
Yeah, so it's interesting what Zinedine Zidane said, because it was sort of mysterious. He's saying, like, of course we want CR7 back at the club, but we never know. He's kind of leaving a huge open door for the fans and the players to interpret it in whatever way we think. Will it be a good move for Ronaldo? I don't know. It's not like he's doing bad in this area. I mean, he's top scorer this season. He was top scorer last season. I think it just has to do with the Champions League. There's no problem with him. He's already won the Scudetto with Juve. He's already won La Liga with Madrid. If Messi stays in La Liga and he decides to stay with Barcelona, I would love for Ronaldo to go back to Madrid, because who doesn't want to see an El Clasico with Ronaldo and Messi? I mean, we haven't seen that in a while.
Last dance.
Exactly. We just sort of like the last one before they retire, because, Messi's going to go to America in 4 or 5 years, or he says he wants to. Who knows what Ronaldo's going to do. I think that there are other options for Ronaldo. I honestly think maybe the best one would be to stay at Juve, but I would like to see him go back to Madrid. I think it would be really fun for the fans.
I disagree with Aiden. I don't think that his best option is Juve. This season, sure, they've been in good form recently, but this season shows you Juve's team is kind of falling apart. Their core backline of Alexandro, Chiellini, Cuadrado, Bonucci. I mean, they're all getting. Well, Demiral is.
He's a young guy.
He's meh at most. But that was the core of their team for these past 10 years of glory for Juve, and now they're getting much older. Don't play as much. They're getting injured. The team is kind of falling apart. Sure, they have a couple youngsters, but I think without Ronaldo, this team is very little. I mean, I'd say Chiesa is really the only amazing player that they have on the team.
And I think especially with I think it's almost like a fact now that Dybala is going to leave. If him and Ronaldo leave in the same transfer window, I mean, they have Chiesa in attack. Like, so either they're going to make a lot of money probably off of, Ronaldo and Dybala, because those are two really top-notch players right now. But they're going to have to make some money moves to bring in, at least one huge player that's going to kind of replace that gap that Ronaldo would leave. And I like I said, it's a fact that Dybala wants out. And I think that not only does his age leave a bit of questions for Juve, because he's still pretty young. What is he? Probably 20.
Chiesa?
No, Dybala.
27, I believe.
27.
Yeah, so he's still fairly young. He's got a lot of well, not a lot, but a few good years still ahead of him. I don't know. Maybe he lets Ronaldo leave and becomes the star, but I don't know. I think we're going to have to. This is going to be one of those sit back and watch.
Really quickly, Luke and I mentioned Chiesa. They actually don't have Chiesa just yet. He's still on loan. They haven't bought him yet. You never know what happens. But they don't actually have him yet. But I agree with Luke. I think if Ronaldo and Dybala both are gone, this Juventus team is going to be a very weak side.
And in terms of money, is this an outlandish thing to say that Dybala is going to go for more than Ronaldo?
Maybe. I could see both sides. Number one is it's Ronaldo, like he's one of the best to ever do it, right? So I think that, but you've also got, on the other hand, that you may only get a year or two out of them. So obviously, he's going to go do his thing for at least another year. Mm-hmm. But then after that, if you're paying, what's Dybala worth? 60 million? We'll say 50. I'll be nice and say 50 million.
Well, now I feel bad saying that Ronaldo's less.
He's old, but you've got to put it out there.
Dybala is going for more than 50 first.
He's
of
got to
all.
be going for more than 50.
Yeah, but
27
he's
year
at
old.
he's
like
at least
75.
no. I'd say one. He's in the 100 range, 80
Okay.
to
All
100.
All right.
80 to
So
100.
let's say 75 mil. 75 mil for Dybala, Ronaldo more or less. Right now, if your club had to sign Ronaldo, would you be okay if they paid 75 mil
No.
on a 2-year contract
Hold
No.
on, market value 77 mil.
for
And
Ronaldo or
Mark-
Dybala?
Dybala and market value is always a lot under than
Ronaldo's
they
gonna
actually
be,
go.
But then
for.
what's it for Ronaldo?
Ronaldo's gonna be higher because he's Ronaldo.
It's
No,
Ronaldo.
but I don't think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be like 60.
I do want to say though, really
88,
quickly,
I
we're
think.
talking about the amount of money that they'd get for Dybala. They might not get any money.
He really
He-
may go on a
He's
free.
he's a free agent in 2022.
Really?
So if he just sits it out, a team can get him on a
Yeah.
free, and right there, Juventus is losing about 100 mil. Also, them not making it far in the Champions League this year, losing more money. If they don't get top 2 in the Serie A, losing more money. This Juventus team could lose a lot of money this season. We talked about it with Dortmund earlier, how the Champions League and their placement in the league could affect them financially a lot. This could affect Juventus financially a lot. And also, they almost need to unload Ronaldo because his wages are so high, and Ramsey as well.
Well, yeah,
Their
for
wages
sure.
combined are like insane. They need to. I think Ronaldo is definitely hurting them way more than he's helping them. I mean, the president of Juventus has come out and said, ex-president came out and said that that Juventus is basically paying Ronaldo $1 million per goal that he scores. You shouldn't be paying a soccer player $1 million just to score, $1 million per goal.
That's
And he
his
said
job.
that exactly. And a lot of the people at Juventus believe that this Ronaldo deal was kind of a mistake because yes, he's been amazing for them, but he didn't really help them do much more than what they were already doing.
So you say this Ronaldo deal may not have been the best. Obviously, the top scorer, or whatever. But considering they had won 7 straight Scudettos before Ronaldo, can we say they probably, like you said, would have done it already? Would have done it
Yeah.
anyway?
And
Yeah.
and they were making it further in the UCL than they are now before
Yeah.
Ronaldo came.
They were in the final 2 years before.
Ronaldo is taking money from them and he's not bringing home trophies that would not have been brought home.
Facts.
I think also Ronaldo is a lot of like a brand deal as well. Like I think he's obviously more than just a soccer player, right? Because when you bring in a big signing like that, it's going to bring in a lot of fans. It's going to sell, like obviously COVID messes everything up, but it's going to sell a lot of tickets. People will pay to watch Ronaldo, right? They could have sold games and games and games of, because even if he plays bad, people are like, I want to go to just watch Ronaldo. Like it's Ronaldo. Like you don't get that opportunity a lot to watch Ronaldo. And I think that him moving to Italy was more than just, I want to try something new, conquer a different league. I think it was also, let me reach out to a new market that I haven't really, gotten, like, obviously everyone knows who Ronaldo is, but that he hadn't really gone deep into yet.
I mean, everybody knows Ronaldo, like you said. I mean, like you said, he's one of the best ever. I mean, it was just a couple of years before he went, or maybe I think it was the year before he went to Juventus, where he scored that bicycle kick in the Champions League against Juventus, and were applauded by all the Juve fans. Everyone can respect Ronaldo. I mean, it was that South Korean preseason game where the South Korean stadium or whatever, the fans, they sued Juventus and Ronaldo for not playing him because he was on the bench, and all these fans paid to see Ronaldo, and they sued because everyone wants to see Ronaldo. You came to LA. I mean, how many people would go? Everyone would go. I mean, he's Ronaldo, right? So I completely agree with you. I mean, this may have been sort of like a PR stunt in a way.
Yeah, well, not a stunt, but yeah, it's a business decision.
Right.
And kind of while we're on the topic of players who need to make some decisions, I want to briefly mention Martin Odegaard because he's been playing well. I think.
How do we hold on? How do we go from sorry
because we were
from
talking
Ibra to Kessie to Ronaldo to Dybala to Martin Odegaard? He's not even the best young Norwegian out there.
All right. Look,
There's like 2 players
we
too.
need to talk about Odegaard because we need to. I think right now, obviously, I'm an Arsenal fan, so I'm gonna have a lot of bias on this and whatever. But I think that we need to sign Odegaard. We need to lock him down. Obviously, Real are gonna be a little about this, but
Can we
You
say
gotta
that?
mute that. You gotta mute that. You have to mute that.
they're gonna not want to sell him as they've done.
Dude,
I mean,
you need
I
to
gotta bleep that out, don't I?
You need to Luke, you need to start over.
Okay. So I think with Martin Odegaard right now, Arsenal need to lock him down. I know that we're gonna have to overpay for him, just because that's kind of how Real has worked ever since, like they've just because they're a feeder club is what I would consider right now. They get a lot of really good players. They buy them and then they just loan them out, like how they did with Teo Hernandez, like how they did with Hakimi, and then they end up selling them and they go do amazing. When they were originally loaned out, they're not doing as well. This happens quite a lot actually with Real, and I think that they're going to force out a bigger price tag than we're going to want to pay. And honestly, we should just pay it. We because with the departure of Ozil, who was a true 10 and a really gifted playmaker, I think that Arsenal are going to need someone who's going to kind of fill that void that Ozil's now left. It was supposed to be Emile Smith-Rowe. I just don't think he's got enough experience to really do it. And Odegaard's really come in and like been, hey, I can do it. And I think that we need to dish out the big bucks so we can kind of buy him, because I think right now, if he stays in the form that he's in, he's 100% worth it.
Is Kroenke gonna back you guys and give you the money?
No, but he should. So I can say all this and all that. Is it going to happen? Probably not. We'll probably get him on loan again, if anything. But I don't know.
I think Arsenal fans should be in absolute fear for their club because
When are we not?
literally your entire team is being carried by a guy who's going to be on your team for 3 more months, and then it's back to Real most likely. I mean, what's your attack going to be like next year? You have underperforming Aubameyang, Lacazette, who's doing
doing well. He's doing well.
He's doing well because of Odegaard.
Yeah.
And then you
Where's
have
Saka?
Yeah, that's one man.
Saka's the one carrying more than
That's one
Odegaard.
man.
I'd
Well,
say,
right
no,
now-
I'd say
right now
Odegaard
Odegaard's
is
playing.
Because
carrying.
Odegaard has 2 goals in 2 games doesn't make.
I would say Kieran Tierney.
No, because he's garbage.
He's the Scottish brick.
Claim.
That's not.
He's better than Ben
He
Chilwell.
He
He's
did
better
wear
than Ben
shorts in the
Chilwell.
snow.
Yeah, he is
did
better
wear
than Ben
shorts in
Chilwell
the
this season.
snow.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm not gonna deny that.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Luke Shaw's the best left back in the Prem.
I disagree with that.
Who's better?
Overrated.
Yes.
Who's better? Who's
He's
a better
I-
left back?
Okay, sure, he's
Mistake.
not having an incredible season, but Robbo, no question, is the best left back in the Prem.
If we're not
No
looking at just
question.
this one season and we're looking at best,
No, this season.
No, this season I still think Robbo.
Oh, I would take Shaw.
I would put
No.
Tierney over Robbo. Wait,
No,
we're all going
no,
in different
no,
areas.
No.
Okay,
As
wait.
a Chelsea fan,
Just because
Aiden,
his
would
team
you
is
go-
underperforming. That's why everybody's
Aiden, out of
discounting him.
Robbo, Tierney, and Luke Shaw, what's your order?
for best this
Who
season,
you would want?
who would I want on the team
Oh
forever?
yeah, let's just go best. Just best this season.
I'm gonna go best this season. I think Tierney, Shaw, Robbo. Yeah, I
He's
think
so
Robbo's-
overhyped.
I
Robbo's
don't
being
know.
over-
Just because he wore a short sleeve shirt in the
He
snow
wore shorts
doesn't
in the
make him
snow!
good.
Okay,
It doesn't
can
make
I-
him good.
Can I just put it? But seriously, like when you look at his stats and like his like tackle, like his like average tackles per game and like forward runs and chances created, it is so much compared to like any other fullback. Like obviously you've got other fullbacks like Trent Alexander-Arnold and João Cancelo who are like really like more attacking than they are defending. But you when you look at a player like Kieran Tierney, he makes such a difference when he's on the pitch. Obviously, we kind of suck. So like if a good player comes in, they're gonna make a difference like Odegaard has. But I think that Tierney has done kind of more than just play. He's kind of raising everyone's level around him, which makes him a bit more than just a left back.
And think about this: Kieran Tierney's much younger than Luke Shaw and Robbo. Robbo's been suffering a lot this season because he's missing out on, he's missing all the injuries. He has no Van Dijk, he's got no Gomez. I mean, he and Trent are the back line now, right? So they have to take more control. That's what's making him struggle. Luke Shaw is good, but like he's not the first name you think of when you think of Manchester United.
Yeah.
When you think of Arsenal, in my opinion, you think of Saka. This season, you think of Saka and Tierney.
Yeah.
And I guess you could say Odegaard in the last couple of weeks. I mean, by what you're saying about Odegaard, you might as well say El Neni, right? Like,
I mean, he is the second best Egyptian in the world.
Can
I'm
we
sure
get a fact check on that? Yeah.
I'm sure there's another. Let's look it up right now.
Name
Let's
one.
look it up, shall we? Egyptian.
You have, well, obviously Salah's ahead of El Neni, but
Oh no, he's not Egyptian, is he? Oh no, he's not Egyptian at all. This is his nickname. All right, let's see. There's got to be someone else.
I really doubt that there is.
They have a national team, so there's probably a couple good players.
Salah.
Ahmed El Mohammadi, Aston Villa, captain of Egypt.
Is he a center mid?
He's a right back.
Oh.
And you also got Cash, who's
Does he play?
Yeah, he doesn't start.
He played last year before Matty Cash. I don't know.
El Neni is the second best.
Fine, we'll give it to him.
But I don't know. We suck. It's okay.
Yeah, you do. But we should talk about the North London derby.
Imagine being
Come on, you guys. What do we think of Tottenham? Okay.
No, we can't say that. We can't.
Hold on. London is red, as per David Luiz, longtime Chelsea
snake,
longtime Chelsea player turned to Arsenal.
Is London Bayern red?
London is red.
London is blue because we are the best team in London currently.
London's red.
We're the only.
Did Arsenal beat Chelsea?
And
did Arsenal beat Tottenham?
Yeah.
London is red.
What about West Ham?
Arsenal beat West Ham?
Probably.
Did they?
Probably in the first fixture.
I want to say we did.
Oh, sorry. A couple episodes I did say this. London is.
You said brown.
Maroon.
Maroon.
London is West Ham's colors.
Yeah.
Maroon.
But I think that this most recent North London derby, are you okay?
Arsenal. Eddie Nketiah, 85th minute winner against West Ham.
So London is red. So I think that this game showed a lot to Arsenal fans. First off, turns out Lacazette can actually shoot, and he's not that bad. Turns out we really don't need Aubameyang at all, which I like what Arteta did. It was some he needed.
Bro, that's another muting.
How do you say disciplinary?
What are you trying to say, bro?
You need to get
disciplinary. Wait, that's not a word, buddy. Disciplinary. Disciplinary. Disciplinary.
I don't. English isn't my first language, but
yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
I can use that excuse. You can't.
Aubameyang needed to be punished because he showed up to, I believe it was the team meeting late, the pregame team meeting, and yeah, and Arteta really didn't like that. He said, "You're supposed to be our captain. You should be the first one here, if anything," and he wasn't. So I think that's really strong from Arteta there. Then kind of the next thing was that Bellerin is becoming a bit unnecessary.
Well, yeah.
We saw him not playing, and Cedric did his job, I mean, better, if anything. And I had my doubts when that team sheet came out. No hecky. But I think that it was this game was a step in the right direction. Obviously, Son got injured, probably helped our team a little bit. But I think that obviously we're going to have players like Saka who are always, well, not always, but that are going to be able to come out and perform well, as he did. We saw players like Willian, who came in, actually kind of played more so in the middle than on the wing, did pretty well. Didn't expect that out of him. I don't personally like him, but that's okay. And I think that obviously Tottenham's beginning to struggle a bit in the league, um, which is great. And I think that this is, I mean, hopefully the dawn of a new era. That Arsenal is gonna, I mean, get top 8. Hopefully.
Goodness me. On the drain like that. You guys
Never
were
thought you would hear that.
top 2 in 2015-16. I mean, my goodness. Just to clarify, by the way, there is one team in London that Arsenal has not beaten, and is the game where they drew 0-0 to the ever so great Crystal Palace. So you guys still have a second fixture against them, but yeah, you didn't beat them. You drew 0-0. So going back to the transfers, by the way, with Arsenal and Odegaard and all that, instead of trying to pay a crazy fee for Odegaard that you don't know if you're going to be able to do, how about go back and try and pursue Aouar?
Honestly, I just don't think he's not a 10. He's a box-to-box 8.
And you want to,
which
I see.
we need a creator, which Aouar is great, but he's not a creator. So
do you think that he's going to turn into, sorry, you could have cut you off there. Do you think that he's going to turn into Odegaard? He's going to turn into Ceballos, where you get him on a loan and then he just becomes terrible?
Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Another huge transfer rumor out of Arsenal, selling Hector Bellerin and going out and buying Hakimi, who's been incredible for Inter Milan. I would love to see him go because he is quite scary to play against. Do you think that's actually going to happen? Luke? Do you think you're going to get the funds to do that? And
No.
if you do, who do you prefer, him or Odegaard?
If I had to pick, I would
Yeah.
pick Odegaard. Oh,
Oh,
100%.
whoa.
Really?
Hakimi is proven in multiple leagues to be amazing.
But the only thing is, we have a right back.
Who?
No, you don't.
We have
Who?
Cedric. Cedric's.
You want to
I would
compare
take-
Cedric to Hakimi?
I would start. No, I'm not comparing. But
You should. That's what we're asking. You should
No,
compare
because
Cedric with Hakimi.
I'm picking the fact that we need to score goals rather than defend them more.
Hakimi can play
Defense
right mid
wins
also, by the way.
championships. Defense wins
We have
We have
championships.
Saka at right mid. I
Defense wins
understand. I
championships.
understand. But right now we don't need to worry about championships. We're in. What are we in? 8th, 9th place.
Yeah, we're about staying in the league.
Yeah, I'm more worried about like not getting bottom half, like not having to scroll down when you pull up the Premier League table.
Yeah.
No, like-
Okay. Hakimi is as creative as a 10,
But he's
but
a right mid.
plays right back, right mid.
But
He is
also-
literally a 10 who plays defense.
But also Saka, you say Saka plays right mid. He can play left wing, right wing, and left back. It's not like he only plays right mid.
And kind of there's this second bit that I don't think we're gonna get enough money from selling Hector Bellerin that
Fair enough.
we would be able to afford Hakimi as
That's
Get
well.
rid of
That's fair.
Abba.
And
Get
our
rid of
club
Alba.
doesn't back our manager, so there would need to be some sacrifices made, which Alba could possibly be one of them, which I don't like
Should
that.
be. Not possibly, should be one of them.
Yeah. I don't know.
Making a weird transition here going into France, because this is arguably, it's the Farmers League, as everybody knows, but arguably it's been the most competitive this season, right? So PSG, a team that's won the league many times in recent history, 7 of the last 8 Ligue 1 titles for PSG. They're 3 points behind Lille at the top of the table. Lyon also 3 points behind Lille. That's competitive. Can Lille hang on, or is PSG just going to come back and win it like they do every year?
I'd like to put this out there. Lille is playing PSG tomorrow.
Oh my.
That is a amazing game. I just checked. They're playing in the Coupe de France.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
But that's like the 2 best teams. I'm just looking at the table here, by the way. Wow, Lille has a lot of draws.
you got the points.
I think that they can get it. I actually think that they can win. Yeah. But PSG on paper should be winning it, just like how Juve should be winning it. But yeah, anything can happen.
I think Lille is the most dominant team in Europe right now, at the moment. They have been
Not Manchester
amazing.
City.
They have been amazing this season. No, because Man City just lost. Right, they're
Man
going
City
down.
doesn't
They're
exist?
going down.
Yeah. Wait, are you
no.
okay?
No, Lille is the most dominant, no question. Right now,
They've
right
lost
now.
one in the last
Bro,
27,
you
8
put Rangers above.
n- Rangers lost Tav. All right, Rangers lost Tav. They're kind of
True.
meh now.
But Eco, real quick about the Manchester City thing. They've lost one in the last almost 30 games, and the one loss is against the second place team in the Premier League.
Lille has not lost since January, the early January, January 6th. I just want to put that. Sure, it's a farmers league, but they have been amazing since the start of 2021. I mean, I saw their dominance when they absolutely destroyed us 3-0 in the Europa League group stages. I think they're a very dominant team. I think they're going to be able to beat PSG for the title, and this is going to be their year, which is going to be bad for PSG because they're not going to get the money for winning Ligue 1, which might be bad because they won't have the funds to bring in a Messi or, possibly a Haaland, who knows. So I think it could be bad on a lot of levels for PSG.
And what's interesting as well is obviously you can look at Bamba from Lille, who's got 8 assists or something. But if you look at the top 10 goal scorers in the Ligue 1 right now, none of which are Lille players. You have Jonathan David, who I think is 12th in scoring for Lille. What I think is really winning them games, and Luke said a lot of draws, of course, but what's really keeping them at the top of the table is not so much the offense, but Mike Maignan leads the league in clean sheets. He's got 16. And this was a player that Chelsea was going to bring in instead of Edouard Mendy, which I'd rather have at Mendy. But is that, that's what I think, but is that the reason to you guys why Lille is first place in the league right now?
Not particularly. It helps. Obviously, it helps a lot when you have a goalie who's very capable of stopping shots. But I think that it also comes down to we've seen them play like this really nice style where kind of it's like this is going to sound corny, but it's like everyone gets involved where they just kind of go up the pitch and just kind of goal. And it's just like that's why you don't have like one clear obviously Jonathan David is I'm pretty sure he's their top goal scorer.
He's got 9,
but right behind him also with 9 is, I'm going to butcher this name, Yilmaz.
He's the one who scored the hat trick against.
Yeah, so I think that's interesting because that points to, well, there's not just really one goal scorer. They've got a few people who can score, and it's this kind of play style where they just kind of send guys forward. Their center mids actually score quite a lot, if I'm not mistaken. And I think that's what's really helping them.
Absolutely. Guys. Oh, Igor, do you have one last thing? Sorry.
No. I was just gonna say, Mike Maignan, the amazing keeper we were just talking about, he used to be on PSG. He was with them the entire beginning of his career, and now he's a Lille boy.
Good to see.
Super interesting.
He's getting out.
All right. So we have a new game.
A
new game, boys. So we decided to spice things up. So I have in front of me 5 quotes, each with 4 players or managers written down next to them, and the boys are going to have to guess. We're going to insert the audio before guesses are shown, and then we'll do a reveal after the guesses are shown. I'm going to do my best impression.
The people watching, you
We'll
guys
hear,
will see hear the actual clip, and then we'll play the actual video. We won't.
Yeah.
We're going to hear Luke doing his best accent, so maybe we'll but we'll see.
But don't leave my voice.
Maybe.
All right. So the first one, I think you guys have got this one in the bag. First one is, it's decent.
It's decent.
I'm leaving that part in as well.
What was that?
Dude, it's hard. I'm not.
What?
Ego, you have any idea?
No.
Joe Hart, Kyle Walker, Nathan Redmond, or Troy Deeney?
That was not Deeney. There's no way that was
I thought it was Deeney.
Do you want to write down numbers or names?
Well, they do names.
All right.
I was going with letters. Hold on.
Oh yeah, numbers, letters. Yep.
But why would it was? I feel I have a really strong feeling this was Deeney after like they beat Arsenal. Remember?
And
But,
I can show. You'll
think I know
see
what it
the context after. Then you'll be like, oh.
I have my answer.
All right.
It's between 2, but I'm gonna go with. All right, you ready? 3, 2, 1.
1.
Joe Hart.
Oh,
You guys have
I was
both
either
gotten
that
it
or
correct.
Walker.
Yeah. This next one is from an interview where this player says, quote, "You are even more ugly on TV than in person."
You're even more ugly in television than reality.
You're not
Can
gonna.
you the clip?
that's a Zlatan quote.
You're not
It
gonna
has
need
to
it.
be. It has to be.
Is it Cristiano Ronaldo, Guti, Zlatan, or Pogba?
I mean,
I'm pretty sure he was saying this to Lukaku, if I'm not
No,
mistaken.
it wasn't to Lukaku.
but it was Zlatan.
Yeah. Mm.
Had to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next. This is once again during an interview. And I'm not going to throw on an accent here, so bear with me. He says, "We haven't had dinner together yet."
We not had a dinner together yet.
Oh,
That could be literally
I know who it is.
anyone.
I know exactly who this is.
Yeah, this is one of those, if you know it, you know it.
I know.
All right, is it Messi, Neymar, Ronaldo, or Luis Suarez?
Now here's the problem. I know who the conversation was between. I don't know which one said it. And they're both options.
I know.
Okay, I think I got it.
This is like one of those that, like,
Hold on.
if I played it for you, you know it immediately. So
yeah.
it's like
What language was it said in?
it was said in English. It was said in English.
Well, then that's easy. Well, that's a giveaway there then.
Go,
3,
turn
2,
it.
1. Yeah, Messi can't speak.
No,
English.
exactly. I was like between Messi and Ronaldo,
but
and I was
it's-
like, if it's in English,
it's
it's Ronaldo.
Ronaldo. It's Ronaldo like translating as well.
No, Ronaldo can speak
No,
great English.
no, because it's Ronaldo.
Oh, he was translating
I'm quite
Messi?
sure that they were like it was at the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, Messi was saying that he'd like to
years
have
ago.
dinner with
Messi
Ronaldo.
was like, I'd like to have dinner with Ronaldo, and he's like, we haven't had dinner together yet.
Yeah.
All right.
So technically, Messi said it.
Well,
No.
Ronaldo
Messi
said it, but they were in conversation.
Okay.
You know, Messi said, "I want to have dinner," and Ronaldo replied with, "Yes, we haven't had dinner yet," because a reporter asked him what he thought about Messi's thing.
All of him. Okay. Next, you're
Mm-hmm.
either gonna know this or not.
Well, yeah.
You're gonna have to put a little bleep on it. This is
Huh.
a manager during training talking to one of his players.
I already know who it is.
He said, "You are f***ing lazy."
He's talking to Dele Alli, isn't he? It's Jose Mourinho.
I understood already that you are a f***ing lazy guy in training.
Yeah.
we know.
I said it before he even said the quote. I was like, ah, it's just.
I love. That's a great show.
I've started the first episode. I haven't watched much
Yeah.
of it.
All right.
The last one. This might be the first time in Inside the D history where everyone's.
Yeah, this may be a little.
Or
5
this
for
is the
5.
decider.
This could be the.
I don't think it is. All right. Who said the following quote? This is on. I guess it's an interview technically. Oi Neymar, Sonny in it.
You're right, Neymar. Yeah, Sonny and that.
No.
Who said
bro,
that?
What?
I mean, it's yeah.
Hold on.
Oh, wait a minute.
I won't give you guys the choices because it'll give it away.
I know who it is.
All right, ready?
Well, no, because
No.
Piccolo.
because I know it's either between the two
All right,
players.
I'm
but-
ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, Jay Lings.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Jay Lings. I was trying to trick you guys.
Yeah.
You thought it was
Put
Rashford.
Rashford.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go, 5 for 5.
First time in history we've gotten
Bit of
them
a different
all
one.
right.
Right?
Good job, Luke. Nice game.
Oi Neymar, Sonny in it.
That's not. That sounds like Russian. That's not even.
That's a great quote though.
It is a pretty good one, guys. Great game.
The
I love this
weather,
one.
The weather.
Good game. The weather.
Yeah.
We'll insert the clip as well. But that does it for episode 28 of Inside the D. We will see you in 29 later, guys.